to unbox Border States from Shakos. And this was sent to me from Shakos, so I want to thank them for that. Appreciate that. This is really not a war game. This is more of a quasi-historical game, and I'll put that in the playlist down below. But it deals with the American Civil War. It's a little bit more of a political influence and the influence of the war on the border states. You know, the key states here are Missouri, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. And it's kind of a tug-of-war game where you're trying to, one side plays the South, one plays the North, and you're trying to get those states onto your side, and they're going to be influenced by the battles and what's going on in the conflict. So let's take a look at the back of the box here. It says here in 1861, Civil War erupts across America. Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis vie for control of the nation's destiny, with both understanding that the struggle is as much political as it is a process of arms. Victory in battle will provide the most persuasive political argument when it comes to the 5 states bordering those already in contention: Delaware, Kentucky, Maryland, Missouri, and West Virginia. These are the states both the Confederacy and the Union need to win. And you get a sample of the board here. As you can see, it's a little bit more of a push-pull or tug-of-war. These are the different states that are represented. Then over here is going to be the conflicts, and it's kind of a cube pusher, right? You're going to be trying to win cubes, and the amount you win is going to move this kind of political influence to one side. And then you have generals that you're going to, generals and leaders that you're going to commit to the different battles. So it's, you know, in an abstract sense, it's kind of a war game, but it's really more, quasi-historical. Border States is a tactical game for 2 players, with each player taking control of one side. Your aim is to win these sort of decisive victories that will influence the border states and rally them to your cause. Effective bluff, and at the same time being able to discern your enemy's intentions will be your best assets. There are 2 ways to win the game: control sufficient states to win by sudden death, or be the player with the most victory points at the end of 5 rounds. And that's all the stuff you get in here. But let's take a look inside the box and see what we get in here. How about that? I don't know if I have an edge here. Let's start. Okay. So interesting that we're getting Shakos is a French company, I believe, and which makes sense for they have the Conqueror series, which is 1806, 1807, and 1815, which I've done videos on, and I can post a description for those down below as well. But you know, those are all Napoleon based, so you would think a French company would do that. But to do a Civil War company do a Civil War game is somewhat different. So it's a decent box there, a little bit smaller box there. Let's pop up just a tad so we get to see some of the board here if necessary. We got the rules here, which are full color, 19 pages. And it looks like that's full rules, and it's not a very big page there. And then the 18 pages of the rules, you got thanks, and you got variants. So it looks like it goes the full 18 pages. Here's a little introduction. Here's your components. You got the board. You have these cards, or these player aids, kind of the holding boxes for your leaders. President cards, character cards, battle cards, the general blocks. And then these are the state tokens that you're going to be moving, that they're going to keep track of the tug of war. And then you're going to have these influence cubes, which you're trying to win. Initiative token, which looks like a poker chip, and a 1 turn, that you have a turn marker. Here's the setup of the game. Looks fine there. Got a sequence of play, preparation, combat, resolution, and end of turn. Here's how you set up the preparation. So you're going to have these different battles here. And so each of these cards are going to have a battle of the Civil War that you're going to need to try to get a decisive outcome so that you will earn these cubes, which will help you move the influence. This is the influence and will help you move the sway the states to your side. Here's your combat. So you're going to be recruiting a leader or general. And I think you do two. I think you do 6 a turn. You do 2 at a time, I believe. Moving to battle. Placement of the blocks. Character cards. Resolution, revealing the blocks. Winning the front. Replacement of the influence cubes. So like in this case here, this side from these cubes over here in the battle, this one won 2 yellow, this side won 1 yellow, so this will end up moving, I think it was the difference, so this will move one of these tracking cubes for that state, tracking markers from that state, one side to them, and this one would move 2 sides to them, 2 over to them. So anyway, don't want to get too much into it. I got to read up on this. End of turn and preparation for the next turn. You're going to do that like 5 rounds. So not overly complex, somewhat abstract, but let's see what we get in the box here. We're going to have stickers. God, I love stickering. This has been my summer of stickers and now fall of stickers. Stickered a lot of games this summer. So these are the leaders that you can be putting on there. And this is the different battles they can commit to. There's going to be 3 battles. And so like this one commit to the 1 and 3. This can only commit to 3. This can commit to 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. You know, so there's that what leaders you commit might factor into how you deploy them. I'm not sure what these numbers count for, but those are your stickers. Then you get your holding. This is on thick stock here. And these are where you're going to be holding your generals. Here's the Union and here's the Confederacy. Punch those out. Then we get the board here. We'll do that in a second. Get a cloth bag. I believe this is for the cubes. Here's all your wooden bits. I'll get my silica ingesting for today. So the little ones are the influence, and these bigger ones are marking the states. They keep track of your states, kind of the tug of war on the states, or those 5 states. Here's your, so this is going to be for that president sticker, so I got to sticker this poker chip there. And these are your more silica. I have that. This is more for the leaders. Those to put those blocks on for your different leaders. I can't remember what the gray ones are for. I have to read up on that. Then you get your cards here. Let's get into that a little bit because this is going to have your battles on it. So I think this is an interesting concept. You know, especially for war gamers, it's kind of war game adjacent, right? The battles, the battles of history, the Civil War, are very much going to come into play here, and you're kind of playing them out, you know, by allocating leaders, but in a very abstract sense. But it's the effect of them, and the effect of them is the political effect of influence on those border states. So here is Lincoln. So these are the different character cards here. Sorry, put it up a little bit. So they do certain things there. Imagine there's a key somewhere. I have to look in the book again if they have the key of what these things do. There's Jefferson Davis. More character cards. So if they have a blue banner, that's going to be Union, and then the red banner is going to be the Confederates or the South, Confederacy. Now you get into the battles themselves. You also look at the back of it too. You can get into the battles themselves. Here's all the different battles. It's kind of cool there. You know, there's little boxes here. Let's look at the end. So that is, there you go. So that's, they all have the same back because these are the battles. So this is going to tell you, so these are pretty small battles because they don't have any additional boxes to place leaders on. This one, place more leaders. As you can see here, Gettysburg, 4 boxes, bigger battle. Fredericksburg, bigger battle. So these one with 4 boxes are much bigger battles that you can actually put more cubes in. So let's take a look at the map now. Or the board, I should say, not the map. The map are kind of the cards in some respect there. It's a mounted board. And we'll go a little bit closer into that, right? So you can see that a little bit better. So you've got your tracks here. So it's 5 years from 61 to 65. Here are your states that you're trying to do influence on: Missouri, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware. That you're going to be moving you know, these cubes, these bigger cubes, back and forth on that. And this is where you're going to be putting the battle cards. So let's take a look at that for a second. It's like Gettysburg here. Imagine we'll go like right here. So you'll end up having 4 places. Let's put it up here so it's not so much in the glare. You have 4 places to put your leaders once we put stickers on them on there. In other battles, you know, like Mill Spring here, you just got the 4 right there. So this will have 8, this will have 4, so that'll make a difference on how you're allocating your forces. And then these little cubes right here, you're going to be drawing them out of the bag, I imagine, and then they're going to be up here. So this is what you're fighting for. So whoever wins that, and there's different rules on how you win these cubes up here. But when you win those, that goes over to your side, and depending on the color, is going to move. If you have the advantage, you're going to be able to move these towards your side, and that's basically the game. So, you know, not a ton of complexity there. The game's going to be mainly in the heart of the game is in allocating your leaders, allocating your generals, so that they can so you can win the battles you need to win to influence these states that are at play. So there you have it. There's the stickers again. There's the leaderboards. I'll pop those out. The rule book, and gotta put that there and that there and that there. That is what you get in a box of Border States from Shakos. Love to know what you think about this. This is a little bit different than tried and true war game. Again, more historical based and more political influence, and war game adjacent in that regard. So if you guys have played this, love to know what you think about this. If you haven't played this, but this is your first time seeing this, love to know what you think about picking it up. Is this something that interests you? Is it worth your time? Or do you want me to do some more work on this? Do you want me to do some playthroughs or some after action so I can tell you a little bit more about how it plays? Love to do that as well. I want to look at that, see if there's any player aid. I heard somewhere that was something that was needed, that I think somebody who did some commentary on this said it could have used a player aid. It might have been the player's aid. Imagine that this could have used a playing aid for those different abilities on the card. Because I'm not seeing. Now here's the effect. Okay, so here they are right here. So that's good. So we do have some chart of where the characters' effect are. So that's good. So we can always turn to that. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. Love to know your thoughts and comments on this one. I want to thank Shakos again for sending me this. Been really good people to work with. They sent me this, Saladin 1815. And when I got the 1815, I was missing a couple flags. Probably not your copy won't have that, but my copy unfortunately did. And Dennis was so kind to send me the missing flags. And so there was a little ad here for Saladin and Napoleon 1815. And he had a real note here. Hope everything is okay now, Dennis. And Dennis letting you know, yes, it is. This is, I got my flags and actually was able to break out 1815 again using my newfound flags. Anyway, the game was still playable without. It's just that I'm kind of a completist. But anyway, it was probably a minor issue just for me because I get that from time to time. Anyway, I digress and divert from border states. Love to know what you think about border states or any of the Shakos games. Let's start a dialogue. They're a new company that looks like they're coming out with some different stuff, different take on wargaming in a lot of respects. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. You know how much I appreciate that. Or if you don't, then I'm telling you, I really do appreciate that. And drop some comments so I know you did stop by. Have a good one, all. Thanks for watching.